Season 2, Chapter 2, Portuguese Grand Prix. Despite a slow start to the season so far, AlphaTauri managed to put both their cars on the 6th row in qualifying, Pierre Gasly in P11 and Malachi Wilson in P12. With the car still lacking in straight line speed, the Portimao circuit should put their defensive skills to the test.
Welcome along then to Portimao, one of the busiest towns in the Algarve and a breathtaking destination that brings tourists from all around the world to the shores of southern Portugal. Today it's the backdrop for the latest round of the Formula One World Championship, and with a circuit this wide, we could be in for a lot of exciting wheel-to-wheel action today. 2.9 miles of track at Portimao featuring 15 turns, 9 to the right and 6 to the left. There's a lot going on here, a lot of elevation changes that will affect the driver's braking and acceleration. Keep an eye out for the DRS zone on the final straight. That will be the setup for a lot of today's overtaking chances. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's discuss Red Bull. There have been some tweaks to the power unit regulations, of course, and I have to say, it doesn't seem, so far at least, that they've been able to keep up.
There are a few downcast looks within the team this weekend. I think they've been hit fairly hard by the new regs. But this is only the first step down a long road of development, and even if they don't maximise their points today, there are plenty more up for grabs this season.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Bottas, Lando Norris and Leclerc, Giovinazzi, Sainz, Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Wilson, George Russell and Stroll, Eilert, Ricciardo, Nicholas Latifi and Guan Yu Zhou, Mick Schumacher and Yuki Tsunoda. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
Back towards turn 1 they go, Wilson on the inside and Giovinazzi on the outside. The Italian has the edge into the first corner, Wilson inside, there he goes through turn 1 and back up into 8th place. Alonso's there to try and capitalise on Giovinazzi's mistake, he's inside, there goes the Alpine driver up into 9th place. Wilson now holding on to the 8th spot, what a pass that was. Here comes the AlphaTauri driver now, peeling off the road into the pits, but not a set of hard tyres, but should get into the end of the race. Will he get back out in front of his rival Antonio Giovinazzi? Giovinazzi now changing onto the medium tyres, out of his stall he comes and away towards the pit exit. Wilson's making his way to the last corner now. Will the Italian have enough to make it out in front of his rival in the AlphaTauri? It looks like he's going to do it by a considerable margin. Wilson's going to have a lot of work to do here. There goes Giovinazzi out of the pit exit as Wilson heads down the hill towards turn number 1. Wilson now has a lot of work to do here in order to try and close down on Giovinazzi, and we'll need to try and hold on, potentially even take points in this Portuguese Grand Prix. So here we go then, lap 16 of this Portuguese Grand Prix. Wilson currently holding off for a few cars behind them, but all chasing a points finish. Our objective for this stage of the race in this second stint of the Grand Prix is to defend the position and stay in the top 10. Right now we're running P9, so not doing too bad. It'll be 2 points on the board come the end of the race, but Ocon is very close to challenging us for that 9th spot, and Gasly could potentially be a potential threat should he decide to try and make an attack on us. So moving on now towards the end of lap 16, this will be Ocon's first real chance of attack down this main straight and back towards the first corner. He's going to have the DRS, so he's going to have a very good run on us. His tyres are as good as ours, so we're going to have down towards that first corner. Ocon with a great toe there, pulls out to the left hand side, we block him off, he goes to the right instead. We go way wide through turn 1 there. Ocon doesn't gain anything, we stay just in front of him. We've definitely lost some time against the Frenchman in the Alpine, but nonetheless we're still holding on to 9th place, so all is not lost on lap 17, so we still continue to hold on to 9th place, but Ocon will definitely try again. And moving on now to lap 18, we're trying to stay on the track here. We've got a warning though for exceeding track limits, and that'll be a major worry in this race because obviously this is the first time Malachi's been to the circuit, so we've still got some work to do on learning it. Moving on to lap number 20 now, start lap 21. Ocon's going to have a great run on us, going back down towards turn 1 once again. He's got a way better toe than last time. He's literally there on the inside into that first corner. Once again we shut the door on him, and it's just about enough for us to hold on, so we're not doing too bad. We're definitely doing a good job of defending this position. We've gone way wide there, so Ocon's going to get a lot of time back, and that's not good. The gap now down within half a second. He could have DRS on us. He's going to have DRS on us down this next straight, going down into the left-hander, but he's not close enough to try and go for a move from a long way back, so we're all good holding on to P9 for the time being. So we're currently clearing that objective. Not doing too bad at all. Towards the end of lap number 23 now, we're midway through the lap. We've gone a bit too deep into the corner. Ocon's got a very good exit. He's there on the outside. What a move from Ocon. It almost worked for him. Not quite. We started the run on the inside, and that's going to be us holding on to P9 for the time being. Move on to the next lap though, lap 24. Literally a lap later, Gasly's on the inside, and he's finding his way past Ocon. Will he try anything on us? Let's see if we can hold him off. Wilson continues to lead that pack of cars, all chasing a top 10 finish. His teammate Pierre Gasly backing him up just behind. Wilson goes a bit wide there through turn 1, going towards turn number 3 now. He's gone way wide there, and there goes Pierre Gasly moving straight through. And that seemed almost a bit too easy. Was Wilson letting him have that? Are there team orders going on down at AlphaTauri? Whatever's just happened, that puts Gasly up into 9th place and Wilson down in 10th. But how will the Brit respond? I've got no idea what's going on over on the team radio here. We did get a message during that cutscene. Malachi, give Pierre the position. He's on medium tyres. There's a better chance of getting away from the pack. I'm not really sure we like that too much. We've just been forced to give off position. That just feels wrong. Team order in the way, so our new objective now is to finish in the top 10 and ahead of our teammate Pierre Gasly. So we've really got some work to do here because he's already pulled out of the DRS range as we move on to lap 26, and we've got Alonso as a growing concern in the other Alpines. Head towards turn 1. Alonso's there on the inside. Going into that first corner, we shut him off, similar to how we did it to Ocon earlier, and now we are just about within the DRS range of Gasly, but it's not going to have much effect because we are, like I say, we are just within, so that's just under a second. We're going to have the DRS down this next straight, so it'll help us close a little bit of time, but nothing to try and go for a move, or at least one of our long distance moves, as we so often like to do. Moving on towards the end of lap number 27 now, and the start to lap 28. We're within half a second of Gasly, so we've got a decent set of DRS now. We could potentially try and go for a move, depending how close we get on this one. We set a personal best lap of 1 minute 19.8, so not too bad. Going down towards turn number 1, we're still there right behind Gasly. We've gained a considerable amount of time now as we move further into the lap. Through turn 3 we go. We're going to be right behind Gasly now. We're going to have DRS. I'm not sure what the team are going to think of us, but if you ask me, it's wrong to tell a compressor to not win. Team orders, poor decision from AlphaTauri. They're going to shoot one up the inside. We've overshot the corner though, so Gasly gave a chance at us right on the exit, and we almost got a bit squirrely on the rear end of the car. On the exit of the corner, so Gasly is back in front of us there, so we have to keep on trying to make our way past him. Moving on towards the end of lap 28 now, Gasly, we're on his outside, going through the penultimate corner, and Gasly's still there though on the inside and gets away. Those medium tyres are definitely helping him, but they're not helping him get away from the pack. We're getting away from both Alonso and Ocon, or at least from Ocon, because Alonso's still right there within DRS range. We've got DRS on Gasly, so he's going to be a sit and duck down this next straight as we begin lap 29. Going a bit too close for comfort there towards turn 1. Almost giving him a friendly nudge, but not getting close enough to do so. We're not happy with what AlphaTauri chose to do with the team orders, but regardless, we're now in front. I doubt they'll be too happy about that. We want us to give the place back, but I don't think we really should give the place back unless he takes it back, because like I say, team orders don't really seem fair. It may seem selfish, but at the end of the day, we'll most likely both be scoring points. Gasly's on our inside though, so we have to go a bit wide. We've gone way too deep, and Gasly's right there on the exit. We go side by side. Deja vu from a lap ago. Gasly's on the inside. We're going to have he's on the outside now. We're going to be inside, looking in the next 2 corners. We shut the door and force him out. That's us back up into P9, so not too bad at all. Only got 4 more laps now, or 4 more laps to hold on in this race. We're going a bit loose there through the right-hander and gone way wide through the next corner into the gravel on exit. There goes Gasly back past us, back up into P9. Here comes Alonso on our inside. This is a nightmare right now for us. We're just trying to hold off Alonso and trying to get back past Gasly. We're going to have to try and get through past him in the next 3 laps. We move on to the end of lap number 30 and the start of lap number 31. I doubt we'll need all 3 laps to get past Gasly. We've got the DRS, and we've got within half a second going down towards that first corner. It's going to be a breeze there. We forced him out. We've gone way wide though. He's still overshot the corner. We've got too focused on passing Gasly, and now Alonso's got through as a result. We're going to squeeze Alonso. He goes over the sausage curb and touches us a bit, but we're alright though. No damage done to our car. But Gasly's almost a second in front of us now, so we have got serious work to do here with the DRS if we want a chance of beating him over the course of this next just under 3 laps at this point in the race. So moving on now to the end of lap number 31, we're going to have DRS on Gasly once again. Alonso's going to have an arse, and Ocon's right there with him, so he'll have DRS on his teammate. And Russell's back there in P13, but I doubt he'll be a factor later on. 2 more laps to go now, down towards turn 1. I doubt it'll be the best time to try and go for a move on Gasly. We're going to hold position for the time being, and this is what the team want us to do. They want us to stay back here in P10. We're going to deny them here, up the inside of Gasly, very clean, no contact made. because there's a certain rule about racing your teammate, no contact can be made, but he's fallen out of the points here. But I think it'll be alright. Will he manage to get back up into the points? I don't think he will. I think we have denied Gasly points in the process and denied the team points. So I doubt they'll be too happy with us. We're going to come through as a claim P9 in this Portuguese Grand Prix, and that's chapter clear on our end because we finished in the top 10 and ahead of Pierre Gasly. It doesn't matter whether he scored points or not, but I can tell he won't be too happy with us right now. I mean, we were given the decision to. We weren't really given a choice in the way of conforming with the team or denying what they wanted to do with us. But regardless, Bottas has won the race. Definitely had a good showing up front. He was dominant throughout the day. We didn't really see much of him up front. We were focusing on what we were doing. Mercedes arguably very happy with their team's performance at the races once again. But no, I still think what we did was the right thing in the way of the sport, because team orders shouldn't really be put into focus. But in the end, it has denied our team 1 point. And I doubt they'll be happy about that in a season where our car may not be up to scratch handling against the other teams. Bottas wins it then from the two ripples of Perez and Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton in 4th, Lando NORRIS 5th, Carlos Sainz in 6th, Charles Leclerc 7th, Giovinazzi got away from us in the end by a long margin. He finishes in 8th. We come home in 9th, Alonso in 10th and Gasly in 11th. But guys, that is the end of this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. What would you have done in that situation? Let me know down in the comments below. Make sure to like, share and subscribe as always. And with that, I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching guys, and goodbye. Malachi finishes in 9th place, but the higher-ups at AlphaTauri are not happy with him. And to make matters worse, his relationship with his teammate Pierre Gasly has soured. Wilson will need to do something big in the coming races to reinsure the backing of the team.